we are the original
Muslim Globetrotters.
Today we're here to talk about the Philippines and how to travel as Muslims and travelers and to make the most out of your experience. If you don't know us already, help and give travel tips for around the world for Muslims and travelers. So the first thing we'd like to talk about is how to travel in the Philippines. Now, when going from island to island, the only way you could travel, not the only way, I guess you could take boat, but the best way to travel is by airplane. And they have a lot of flights with Air Asia and different companies that we used.
First, you get to Manila, which is the capital of the Philippines, from wherever you fly from. And then from there, you take flights to whichever islands you want to hop on.
Mm-hmm. Then when you get there, what is really cheap and what we loved the most were the motorbikes. And so you could rent a motorbike and both of us would take one motorbike and go around the island, explore the island that way.
Mm-hmm.
For longer distances between the islands, inside the island, you want to take a bus.
Yeah, so the best is to take buses from the big cities within the islands and then rent a motorbike inside of the town, or you can also take the tuk-tuks, which are really cheap options and easy to move around. Now, second thing we wanted to talk about is the activities. The Philippines is I think it's one of my top 3 countries I've been to, definitely regarding the beauty of the nature and the authenticity of the country and all the activities that you can do over there between you can do snorkeling and diving, really famous like diving spots as well, not only snorkeling. And then you can do surfing, of course, if you go specifically in Siargao Island, really known for surfing. They have Cloud 7. They have surfing competitions over there.
We didn't do the big waves. We went to more of a smaller spots because I'm not a big wave surfer, but hey, we had a lot of fun there.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, you have the beach hopping, all the boat hopping activities like in Palawan when you do El Nido, Coron. Swimming also with the whale sharks in Cebu. Swimming with the sardines banks, they call them, like those of them around you. That's a really cool experience to do in Cebu as well. And cliff jumping and canyoning in the Kawasan Falls specifically. So just to summarize that, Cebu would be for swimming with the sardines, swimming with the whale sharks, and canyoning the Kawasan Falls. Siargao is more for surfing, beach hopping,
the beach vibe.
The beach vibe. It's like hippie Rasta kind of style, but it's still like super local and Filipino, which makes it super cute. And there is also those mangrove boat rides. You go through the mangroves, you go in like really secluded little villages, and you meet the people over there and you eat their food, the local food. So that was also a really good experience to do in Siargao Island. And then we flew to Palawan, which is the main Muslim island. We'll get back to that after. And we hopped there for El Nido. We did the island hoppings in El Nido. There's different tours that they offer. It's pretty much always the same. Like we did also kayaking in the lagoons, like kayaking the lagoons and things like that. That was really nice. But then we flew to Coron, and Coron was like the best discovery out of the Philippines, I think, because at that time it wasn't that famous. El Nido was the most famous place to go to in the Philippines, but Coron was getting slightly more famous because of the authenticity and the preservation of the nature and the corals over there. And it was definitely our best boat trip in Coron.
We have a whole itinerary that we made in one of our shorts, so you can click this one button and go to that.
Yeah.
On top of that, next thing, we like to talk about the food and the halal options. And this was one of the things that concerned us a lot because it was really difficult for us to find any halal options because we were on these smaller islands that were not so packed with Muslims. So we had our best friend, which were the fish, and we had a lot of fish options and egg options.
Yeah, they have the best like tuna patties. Like you go to the market and you pick your fish, and they have those like big tuna patties, and that was good. Like we could eat that every single day. It was mainly fish, rice, cucumbers as veggies, eggs, and in the morning it was like eggs, cucumber, and rice, and in the afternoon it was like fish, cucumbers, and rice most of the time. Even the stews, like they had stews and stuff, but most of the time it was with pork. So we couldn't try their local dishes, I would say. The fish is excellent and it's everywhere.
They make it really good too,
Yeah.
especially on the tours. When you book a tour and
Yeah.
they provide lunch, the fish or vegetarian options are amazing, and that was one of our best meals that we had were on the tours.
Yeah, in Palawan we were able to find halal food because there is more Muslim brothers and sisters over there. There is a local mosque as well. So that was easier to find halal food, and it was mainly kebabs. But the rest was okay. It was just like
unless you go to like
eat rice and fish.
Unless you go to like Manila, the capital, you can find a lot of options. Or there's the Muslim areas like Mindanao. Mindanao is like a
South of Palawan.
Is really full of Muslims, and that's where you're gonna find a lot of halal places.
Yeah. Food costs about $5 to $10 a meal. Like if you eat really, really local, you can get it for like between $3 and $5 for the meal. But then if you want to eat like in a more like clean and something you're more safe, I would say.
With AC.
But I mean the market food was delicious, and it's always the best thing that we like to do. Alhamdulillah, we've never been like sick out of market food, but that's where we got the best fish. So, and it was really, really cheap. Housing, same, is quite cheap. It was cheaper a couple of years ago. Now I think it's between $25 to $30 a night for 2 adults, which is still a good price. We mainly booked last minutes.
Yeah, so we did not book anything in advance. We booked last minute, and sometimes we stayed only 1 night, sometimes up to 3 nights.
Yeah,
and we usually
on
get
the vibe.
we usually get places with breakfast included, so then we don't have to go out and pay for breakfast or find breakfast. We could just have it right there.
Yeah.
And then we snack during the day and eat at nighttime.
Yeah, and by the way, like the local, like we didn't book like fancy hotels because that's not our style, and we save money on that because we're out all day anyway. So we never book anything fancy, but we've always booked tours with the hotels we've been staying at, like in Palawan and in Coron. And it was really, really good because they provide mainly like all of them provide the same tours. There is just so many options. We haven't booked anything online. We just like show up on the spot at the beach in Palawan, in El Nido, or in Coron, and you just like book your activities right there on the spot. So it's good to have cash as well because they don't always take credit cards. So good to have change of money with you.
Okay, guys. Sit down for this. The people are amazing. They are so warm, and they have a welcoming culture.
Yeah.
They always have smile on their faces. Another really great thing that is different from most South Asian countries is that they speak English really well.
Yeah.
So you could get around very easily with English because it's one of their national languages there.
And they're like, for example, when we were in Siargao, we were looking for surfboard rentals, couldn't find any surfboard rentals, and then there's these guys coming out of the water and they see him looking for a board. He's asking, can I rent a board? He's like, here, just take mine. And he just like gave him his board, and Kevin was able to go surf with someone's board while that guy was just like waiting on the beach for him, which is just amazing. And another day we booked a hotel in Cebu through booking, and we showed up that night. It was already dark, and we're like looking for the place, and we can't find the place. It wasn't the right address, so we couldn't go anywhere, and we're just in the street on our phones